As we begin to look at the syntax of a CSS style sheet, first we're going to start with what is normally the first thing you'll find in a CSS style sheet, and that is a comment. In CSS, comments are surrounded by these characters here. The comment begins with a slash followed by an asterisk, and it ends with an asterisk followed by a slash. This is a syntax that's borrowed from the C programming language. It's how you do comments in CSS. Sometimes people would like for comments to be done another way, like this, blah, 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 or like this, blah, blah, blah. Those comments are not actually ignored by CSS, and therefore they're not really comments. You'll see them now and then a CSS file will work anyway because that syntax happens to be outside of a style, and so the CSS parser will try to parse it and give up and go on to the next style. But the truth is that this is what a comment looks like in CSS, and you'll need to really do them that way if you want your CSS file to be correct and guaranteed to work. So you can have your comment on one line, slash asterisk. This is another comment, and asterisk slash. And you can even have your comment out here by a particular style. This comment is about this property. And all of that will work, but you do need to have this slash asterisk and then the comment and then the asterisk slash. So that's how comments work in CSS. While we're on the subject of comments, I want to talk also about white space and bring our file back to where it should be. White space is typically ignored in CSS. Sometimes you'll need some kind of space between things so that CSS knows that they're separate. For instance, if I wanted a descendant selector here to be P, so a P within a body, I would need a space there because without the space, it looks like it's a selector for something called body P. That white space can be a space, it can be a tab, it can be a new line. You can do the entire thing like this and it will still work. But it does need to be white space. But in most cases, the white space is just plain ignored. So this entire body here, let me save this file and we'll look at it in the browser and you can see what it looks like. And now let's change it around and we'll see that it'll still work when we do it like this. Take out all of this unnecessary white space. We can even take out the white space there, take out the white space there, and take out the white space there, and we can take out the white space there. And now we still have this style here. It's not very easy to read, but it will still work. So I'll save that. We'll go ahead and reload in the browser, and we'll see that all of those properties are still being applied. So the reason that we format things the way that we do is not for the purpose of CSS, but it's for the purpose of the humans who might want to read the CSS. So I tend to format things very carefully. I set my tabs to 4 characters. I put in spaces where I think that they're significant. And I format things with indenting and layout so that it's obvious to me, the human being who might have to read this later on, exactly what's going on here. But know that for the purposes of CSS and for the purpose of the browser that's going to be reading and interpreting the CSS, that the white space is not relevant in most cases, except where it's required. So that's how comments work, and that's how white space works in a CSS style sheet.